If you love miracles, you need to watch this video. Lions, the king of the wild, feared by many, but respected by all. But what if I told you that in one incredible moment, these powerful creatures became protectors instead of predators? In a remote village in Ethiopia, a young girl faced unimaginable terror. One day when she was kidnapped and held against her will, she had no way to escape until something miraculous happened. This story isn't just about survival, but it's about divine intervention and how when all hope seems lost, God sent an unlikely rescue team. But here's where it gets even crazier. What happened after the lions stepped in left experts completely baffled. Some say that it was just instinct, but others truly believe that this was the hand of God. Make sure you stay with me until the end of this video because you will not believe what happens next. Imagine being trapped in the worst nightmare of your life. You're alone and helpless, and you're surrounded by evil. Well, there was a 12-year-old girl in Ethiopia, and she was kidnapped by men that wanted to force her into marriage against her will. She was beaten for about a week, but no one could even hear her. Just when it seemed like hope was lost, something miraculous happened. 3 lions appeared out of nowhere. These massive, powerful creatures didn't attack her, but instead they chased away her captors, and then they stood guard and protected her until help arrived. When the police and her family finally reached her, the lions simply just walked away, as if nothing happened, almost as if they were delivering a gift to them. You need to check this out. The report here says that a 12-year-old girl was abducted and beaten by these men trying to force her into marriage when 3 lions came out and chased her captors away. Police said that the girl was missing for a week and had been taken by 7 men who wanted to force her into marriage. She was found on June 9th by police and relatives on the outskirts of Bitta Genet. She had been guarded by these lions for about half a day. Wow, so she was with these lions for almost half of the day and they didn't harm her. The police actually said that if the lions had not come to rescue her, then it could have been much worse. As often when things like this happen and these girls are taken, terrible things have happened to them in the past. And check this out. If even the world knows that this is a miracle, just think about the attention that God is going to get from this story. Because even the world that doesn't believe in God is seeing what God can do and what things are possible with God. This is incredible. I can't even make this kind of stuff up. But was this just a coincidence? Or was this a divine intervention? Obviously, I believe that this was the hand of God. It's just incredible. This story is not just something that's stunning to the average person, but to us who believe, this is extremely symbolic. And in the Bible, lions actually represent strength, authority, and the divine protection of God. Proverbs 28:1 says that the wicked flee through no one pursues, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. Now think about this. These lions didn't even see her as prey. According to most wildlife experts, they may have mistaken her cries for the sound of a baby cub. But I believe there is definitely something deeper to this. This girl was abandoned, she was beaten, and she was left for dead. But God sent these lions, not to devour her, but to defend her. Now tell me, what story in the Bible does this remind you of? This is a modern day version of when Daniel was thrown into the lion's den in Daniel 6. He was thrown to a pit of hungry lions because he refused to stop praying to his God. By all logic, he should have been torn apart, but instead, God came and shut the mouths of the lions. Daniel had to spend the entire night with them, but he went unharmed. And the next morning, he was lifted out to safety. In both stories, God used the lions not as a force of destruction, but as a shield of protection. And that just goes to show that God can do anything. God can use even what the enemy wants to throw at you for his glory and for your protection. And this is the message that I believe is for you. The very thing that the enemy might try to send to destroy you can actually be the one thing that God uses to protect you and to lift you up. Many of us have faced situations where we have felt trapped, attacked, or even abandoned. Maybe in your case, it's fear, anxiety, depression. I used to struggle with all of those things. It could even be a spiritual battle, and you feel like you're always surrounded by darkness and there's no way out. But just like that young girl, God sees you, and he hears your cries, and he will send his protection to you, sometimes in the most unexpected ways. You see, when God came for me, I was at rock bottom. I had nothing left to look forward to. At least that's what the enemy wanted to make me think. Psalm 34:7 says that the angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them. Just because you aren't seeing a way out right now doesn't mean that God isn't moving. Sometimes he will send rescue in the form of a person, or even a divine protection, like in this girl's case, that you can't explain. Our God is the God of the impossible. Sometimes we may expect things to be a certain way, but he works it out in a different way. If you've been feeling like you're in the middle of a battle, I just want to remind you that God fights your battles for you, and you are never alone. The battle belongs to the Lord. If you believe that God is your protector, I want you to take action and reach out in faith. If you believe that this message is for you, and if this message has encouraged you, and you know that God is your defender and the lifter of your head, I want you to drop a lion emoji in the comments, and make sure, if you haven't subscribed, to subscribe right now for more videos like this. And don't forget to share this video with a friend who might need to hear this message. I pray that you would be blessed and that this video has blessed you. And Father, I thank you that you're our protector, that you're the lifter of our heads, that you surround us even when we feel abandoned. I pray for everybody that is going through this situation right now, and I pray that God would keep sending his protection your way, even if you don't see it all the time. His angels are always with us. And God stands firm in his promises. That's why they call Jesus the Lion of Judah. And remember, the Lion of Judah is on your side. So stay bold, stay strong, and walk in the victory that God has for you. And if you're watching this and you don't know God, make sure to watch my salvation video and see what God has done in my life and what he can do in yours. Stay blessed, my friend, and shalom.